You're trying to quit pornography. One of the worst things you can do and set yourself off on the worst foot possible is to keep doing the exact same things, such as habits like scrolling, overindulging in other activities that include pleasure seeking in any regard, and just trying to resist the temptation. The same neurochemical, physiological reactions are happening each time, for example, you open up Instagram or your favorite app and you start scrolling and eventually see something like a thirst trap or whatever your old feed would have contained in your old life, which you're trying to set aside and potentially resist. The problem with this is what we resist will persist. You can't just try to push the thing away, keep it out of sight, out of mind when it comes to some form of outward temptation, because there's an inward proclivity that exists as well. There's some unmet need, physiological dependency, mental and emotional, physical, tangible desire for release that exists within you rather than just trying to avoid something on the outside. So what scientists call this, neuroscientists, it's a common theme in psychiatry, is this drip of dopamine. So let's say you open up Instagram, your favorite app, you keep doing the same things in the same pattern, you keep scrolling, expecting a different result. When you start to see things that ultimately you shouldn't be looking at in the recovery process, such as, what your old feed contained, it's creating the exact same neurochemical reactions if you were to open up the page of the website that you're completely trying to avoid, just leading yourself to the exact same rut each time. So what we do in recovery in order to fix this is we have to understand, firstly, the framework in psychiatry or psychology between dependency versus responsibility. Ultimately, in recovery, if we are displacing responsibility that we could otherwise be taking in our personal, professional, relational, or spiritual life with a dependent-driven behavior that's characterized by vice, something that has a grip on you, like scrolling to fill that inward unmet need or desire for release or dependency, then you are going to be overriding other meaningful and important aspects of life. So this brings us to the key contributing factor to change in recovery. You can't just stop the vice. You can't just avoid the thing. You can't just turn your head. You have to understand why that pattern exists to be able to disrupt that pattern in its tracks and replace it with the forthright way or the correct way to actually satiate the root need, uncover where the dependency lies, and be able to rewire it back toward the natural sources of pleasure in life that will bring you the utmost fulfillment and meaning at which you're seeking in the screens. So it's not just going to be a mental change where we're trying to resist the thing. It's not just going to be an emotional change where we try to feel something different. It's going to be an active behavioral or recovery process that entails changing or shifting your behavior. What we resist persists, so we have to replace the thing. So how this looks in most people's situations is replacing the daily dose of scrolling with something like actually understanding the physiological proclivity itself, where maybe certain tensions are coming up in the body associated with emotions that you feel that compulsively pull you back to scrolling, and working to recognize and release those spaces of muscular tension. There's just one example. Physiology. There's a whole methodological approach in psychiatry, some branches of this, that deals with the bioenergetic process of the body. Look into Wilhelm Reich's characterology or Alexander Lowen's bioenergetics. There are also many mental and emotional roots that can lead us to seeking unhealthy forms or patterns of behavior to fix that stressful situation in life, right? Or sort of, mental depression that's accumulated as a result of the spikes of dopamine in the brain repeatedly from something like your phone that then leaves you at a much higher baseline, needing something else to achieve that. So it's not necessarily just trying to block the thing out of sight, out of mind. We actually have to understand why, again, the pattern exists to be able to replace it with something that will actually truly fulfill you long term. Now, not just something arbitrary, not just something random. It has to be targeted. There has to be a systematic approach to this as well, so that in relapse situations, you have something to do, someone to reach out to, some way to cope with the underlying issue, which you uncover is there, to be able to actually coordinate a process that's repeatable, that you can see results from, and you can tick off tangible boxes toward progress and assess what's working and assess what's not. So if you guys are looking for more help with this, there's a link down below. You can get access to one of my free training videos and ebook. I think you can also book a direct call with me within that link as well. If not, I'll fix that right now. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. Drop a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this short video, and I'll keep pumping these out. God bless, bro.